Girl, you make me happy, yeah. Stop talk and wine for the cocky, yeah. Your pussy good, that's the one thing we have to say. Get it right.
All right. It's Naja, and we're here with another episode of Let's Talk About It podcast. And today I'm here with DONLY DIMEZ, and I just want to let you guys know this is my welcoming back episode. So this is one is special. Two, I had to bring the drinks out because you guys know I was pregnant. So this is me coming back.
Yeah.
It's dope. So I had the drinks. I wasn't gonna pull the shots out, but I have the drinks out, and I have you, my special guest that was so dedicated to come out.
Yeah, not now. You don't know what DONLY DIMEZ representing for it. Naja Imani. Don't know. Congratulations. And
Thank you.
What's up?
Thank you. So what my podcast is about, I normally have a lot of entrepreneurs come on, artists come on, and I love to talk about their journey. So how did you get to where you are? I want to talk about your first jobs, everybody that was involved in your journey. So let's go back to, before we get into the name change, because I know you had, Dimes the lyricist, right? Yes, I do my research. And then down to DONLY DIMEZ, but let's go back to before we even started, rapping and things like that. Where are we from?
Alright, so I'm from Kingston, Jamaica, Uptown. I joke. We just run uptown. I joke again now, but basically though, I'm from Kingston, Jamaica, I was born there, went to school, primary school, high school. I never went to college in Jamaica because that period, when I was 21, I came to America and stuff. So that's basically how I really started out.
Right.
Basically, before the music, it was like, I'm not gonna lie, I used to be with a lot of people who like dressing, styling and all that type of stuff. So that was me. I like to keep fresh, swaggy. So that's how the Dimes came about, you know what I mean? So before the music, actually, I was known for like dressing, styling,
right.
They would be like, yo, I wonder what Dimes I gonna wear tonight. And, like people looking up to us, that kind of did inspire me to move on to the music. You feel me? And then I used to find it funny because me and my friends used to lie. So like, I would call my friend and say, yo, what you wearing tonight? He'd be like, yo, I'm going simple. You know what I mean? And everybody would be like, yo, I'm going simple.
Right.
Come out the hardest, you know what I mean? So we used to laugh about things like that.
Right.
Yeah,
because he wanted to outdo you.
Yeah. So, but it's not like a no competition. It's just like funny,
Right.
Like, because trolling, I grew up on that, a lot trolling and all them things. So that's how the Dimes was transited before, the music and everything.
That's funny that you bring up trolling. How is it different, like growing up in Jamaica, that side of trolling, than being in America and having this side of trolling, the 6ix9ine kind of trolling? Like what's the difference?
It's different in Jamaica. We don't really taunt troll. We like troll amongst our friends. Like, basically, so like I would run a joke and say, yo, Q. You know what I say? Yo, like, you see, like he's saying seat.
Right.
We would joke like about stuff like that within our circle.
Right.
But I went to an all-boys school. So like, that's
I went to an all-girls school too. How was that for you?
Trust me, I'm glad for it. I'm pretty much glad for it, Really taught you, adulthood from a young age, and determination and focus, because we wasn't amongst females, so we had to be focused with what we're doing, more with
what you doing.
We were able to focus,
yeah.
So that's how it was basically.
In my old girl school, I feel like it was just too much drama. Like I wouldn't do that to my child. I have a son, but I feel like you said, you do focus a little more, but I don't know. I feel like it's just too much drama with that. But growing up in Kingston, how did that apply? Like you just said, how you are with your guys and the trolling, but how did it actually build character for you?
Well, basically, like, alright, cool. So I wouldn't say I used a lot of links, but I was around a lot of people who did musical stuff and business enterprises from I was young.
Right.
So like one of my friends in high school, he used to keep parties. So those stuff used to inspire me too, growing up doing music and saying, yo, hey, Bradley can do it, me can do it too. Why not? You feel me? He was like 16 doing shows, and I grew up rolling with a lot of people older than me.
Right. And then you get that wisdom.
Exactly. You feel me? And people used to look at me and tell me, yo, I'm gonna be great. but I never really see it in myself. I'm like, yo, what people stealing on me? I ain't
Right.
shine, you know what I mean? Like driving it.
But you got the smarts, the intellect.
Exactly. So people saw a lot of potential in me from before I even saw it. So
Right.
I just grasped when I actually saw that, I have a lot of potential. So, we mixed that with the love and being humble, and we're always willing to learn, you feel me? Because that's a major factor in whatever you want to do. Because if you look at it, people are at a level right now, and sorry,
no problem.
People at a level right now.
Take a sip of honey.
No, I'm still kind of shaking,
No, go ahead. I'm sorry.
But a lot of people who are established, they still need help. They still reach out in regards to certain stuff. So that's how I look at it, basically.
I like that you say that, because that's the platform that I'm trying to do.
Exactly.
Create that platform when people need to reach out, or where people don't have those resources, they can come to, maybe even me, or even if I know somebody that I can provide that for them. But I want to go back to when you said that you didn't see the potential in yourself, but there were other people that seen that in you. What did you see? Because you said that when I finally saw that potential in myself, that's when you believed it. What was that moment that made you believe that?
Basically, when I realized that a lot of people looked up to me, but they never really told me they looked up to me. You feel me? So it's like you have people like that in life. They're watching what you're doing, just like people are watching Keep It Social. But it's not everybody gonna come and say, yo, Keep It Social is the number one thing right now. But people are watching. So that was the case with me. You feel me? So like people was watching me still, cheering me on. I'm not knowing, you feel me? So when I'm hearing about those remarks and certain things, it just kind of motivated me more to believe in myself and say, yo, I'm a leader, you feel me? Because a lot of people look up to me, you feel me? So I believe I'm a leader. My mama used to always tell me that, you feel me? Even when she feel like my dad suck off, she was like, oh, you're always a leader. You was a leader growing up, you know what I mean? I used to be very competitive, you feel me? But, I get more humble nowadays, you feel me? So that's where it came in right there.
I like. What I want to get into is, what is the business behind the music? A lot of people just think, you just go inside the studio and you record a song, but it's a lot of sacrifice. What are some things that you sacrificed, with your music journey?
Relationships. Both friendships, relationships, connections, you know what I mean? Other aspirations, because you gotta get a main focus and focus on that only, and then that focus could branch off onto other things that you want to do. So music is my main focus, and back then it wasn't my main focus. That's why I wasn't able to expand on certain things, if you know what I'm saying. But I never act on emotions or feelings, because I was around a lot of people musically in the industry, and people used to say, yo, how he's not recording with you, how he's not promoting you. But I never look at it that way. I look at it like, this is exposure. Business is business. I'm learning the business aspects, and one of the business aspects I learned was branding myself, you feel me? Creating a brand, a storyline behind. I don't want people to see me perfect. I want to see where people coming from. Just like you said, you went back and you could see Dime's the lyrical. Exactly. There's a lot of transition, but a lot of people don't know that. Right. Or
put in that time to research, like Naja Imani, okay? Let me.
Dime's the lyricalist.
No, seriously, it's a lot of sacrifice, and people don't really, take the time to know or give you the credit that you do put that time and that effort into your craft, And with that, it's not even just sacrifices. What is the biggest investment that you've made in yourself when you made that journey?
Musical, one of the biggest investment was coming to America. Because look at it this way. This is where all the artists in my type of genre come for their shows. I'm already here. You see,
that's true.
You see the trick to it. So it's like, I'm here. That's one of the biggest investments, is putting myself on a more international level of music, different genres, being more versatile, you know what I mean? Working with more artists is not within my genre only. Just like Swave. Me and Swave have a track coming out soon, you know what I mean?
And that's dope. And that's the thing I told him too, about being versatile. That's perfect. And I actually want to commend you. I was researching, and I see that you have actually touched Italy and people, seriously, in Canada, and even just tackling your base, your hometown base. That's really important, because it's a strategy. People don't really see that you actually put your mind to things when you have a business. It's all about marketing.
That's true.
So for you to touch those areas, I can see me being a business person. I'm like, that strategy. I know that he actually strategized to make that happen.
Exactly.
Right.
Thank you very much.
No, so I actually, but before I actually get more in depth into the business, let's go back to your music. And what is your studio vibe? Like when I say I want to hear a hit from DONLY DIMEZ, what is the studio vibe?
The studio vibe. Once it's a hit, trust me, I'm gonna write it. See, that's my producer, host of Mad Q. Big up Mad Q. Big up Shaq in the building and JP.
Shout out to them.
Shaq is a rapper too. He's doing his thing too. He just started.
Right.
You can look out for him soon too. But yeah, the studio vibe.
Like, what's the vibe? Do we have? You know how some people have the groupies in there? It's crowded.
Am I allowed to curse on this?
You are.
All right. So see, my friends, we are fucker, man. We love fucker. We always joking. We don't care where we are. We're gonna be joking, laughing at one another, but it don't mean nothing. So
it's still business.
The energy from that springs off into the music because I don't know if artists tell you, but a lot of their music comes from within people who are around them also,
right.
Energy, the energy that's bringing, you're around your friends, the good vibes, smoking, drinking, whatever y'all doing, and you get the best out of you there. So a lot of my hit songs, I would say, came from just vibing with my friends, not writing, not putting pen to paper, because I'm a person, I challenge myself. Say like, I will have a show today, I won't rehearse. You feel what I'm saying? But I'm challenging myself because remember, I'm not at that level yet, so it's always room to improvement.
Right.
Just like what I did with my recording strategy. I don't write anymore, but it wasn't just jumping from writing to not writing anymore. I went from writing to scribbling to jotting to not writing. You feel what I'm saying?
That's a skill.
It was I'm just testing myself. Right. This is where I need to find ways of where I'm strong at, and you're going. I've always watched a lot of documentaries, all of those stuff, just within the music industry. There's gonna be times when I gotta be able to, I gotta be able to pull through and make sure the job is done because this is my career.
Right.
And there's gonna be times where there's gonna be a lot of distractions, and I gotta be able to do that.
Right.
You know what I mean?
So
and not only distractions.
No, serious. So on your journey, like I see that you're saying that I have a lot of improvement to make, but the things that I'm working on is, like you said, like trying not to write. I want to test myself. Yeah. What are some, not struggles, but what are some roadblocks that you actually hit when it comes to maybe writing or maybe even just, the creativity, or what is it for you?
The roadblock hit when the rhythm bad. When the rhythm is great, you know what I mean? Like there's so many other topics you could sing about on the rhythm, but what I learned through the music, and trust me, don't be ashamed of the struggling music because it teach you a lot. I'm just saying, I'm just shouting out that out there right now. You feel me? Don't be ashamed of that because I learned a lot through that.
Right.
You feel me? And not to
you
rush music.
You gotta put it all
not
on
to
there.
rush music. All right now, me and my producer, we started a song the other day. Mind Sharp. We came up with an idea. We're working on it. The song ain't done yet. But it's just you can't rush music.
Right.
I let music come on to me. So there's times I be struggling with my lines because Mind Sharp, it's harder not to write because you got to develop that mind, that focus in the mind and them things. So it's like it's harder. So when I do that, it keeps me more focused. You know what I mean? And I'm building. It's about building. You know what I mean?
But what made you actually want to stop writing though?
Because funnily, and I say each learn from each because it's just about being around friends. Like I would say I'm an artist that my lyrics are well. I put together my lyrics. I'm not like a mumble.
Dom's a lyricist.
Yeah, you see what I'm saying? You agree with that?
No, I do, because I actually like, and it's different. It's different because it's different genres now. Yeah. So, and that's when I wanted to ask you that question too, of trying to, your audience now. Your audience being in America is a little different now because, yes, people, we love reggae music. Yeah. But, really. Yeah. But it's like some people don't understand it. My dad's Guyanese, so I'm a little used to it, but some people don't understand it. So now bridging that may be a little difficult because it's easier back at home to get that audience, but now is that a little more difficult for you?
They will say it's not about working hard, it's about working smart. So where is that concerned now? I did another strategy again where when I just came,
check out The Businessman, okay?
When I just came, I did like a couple test runs with a lot of hip hop genres of music. I got a lot of business opportunities through that.
Okay.
So they're telling me they don't understand, but the feeling and the energy and the connection they get from it, I don't even gotta explain.
You don't gotta explain it, right?
So that's working within my favor,
right?
So now alright, so I see that works for my favor. In my favor now, I'm like, alright, cool. I'm gonna build on the next strategy where how do I get them to really fully appreciate it, by really understanding it.
Right.
But it takes time. But that's another branch that I'll do when I'm
when you get there.
When I'm over the hurdle that I'm at, right? Because you can't be
right.
Your mind got to be on one main goal, and that main goal is going to branch out into other goals.
Right. No, you're absolutely right. Because I think like that. Like I think A to Z, right? And then I break down A, B, like that. So when I'm listening, I'm like, I wonder, how does he actually market his music? Like, is the radio station, because nowadays reggae is hot on the radio stations too. How is that marketing strategy to get on there, or is that even a goal?
All right, you know what I did? I always told myself that I don't feel like a big DJ, no disrespect to any DJ, needs to play my song for me to feel worthy of this being the quality, because I already heard it from people who genuinely love music, and there's a lot of people who do music. There's too much room in music for everyone. No, really. So you're not the only link. I have other links that's coaching me and showing me other things, ways that I'm on the right track. And I'm a person, my mother always tell me from a young, and it's just like, but just really coming to America, I realized that, like, she say, if you're doing it, just do it well. So I'm a person like that, you feel me? Once I take my music very seriously, you feel what I'm saying? So I like, if I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna do it well. Right, and that's how I am. I'm passionate. Yeah. When you're passionate about something, that shows. So like, even right now, like, and this is why when I wanted to talk to you, I'm like, I can sense passion. Like I click with it like that. You know what I'm saying? And it goes hand in hand with consistency. That's true. You know what I'm saying? So you can tell when someone's passionate. If it doesn't click, they're like, forget it. It is. You know what I'm saying? I'm not doing it no more. But when you see, like, I can go back to things that you've done in 2010. I can go. You know what I'm saying? That shows dedication. That shows consistency. Exactly. And that's that with me. It's like, I don't like. I want to do an event. I don't care if it's one person that shows up. Exactly. Two people that show up. As long as they get that impact that I'm trying to give out, that's all that matters. Exactly. You know, so that's what that passion drives out from. You don't even know who that one person is or might be. Exactly. No, that's the thing. And a lot of people, they don't think like that. It's all about, again, the generation that we're in, the cloud. You know, it's the cloud era. So now, speaking of that, what are some problems that you've had with the clout era? Like, have you had someone, like, even if it's people that you work with that try to push you to do things for the clout? Do anything for clout. Boy, be captain. You know I'm crazy, Don. You know I'm crazy. I want to be captain, but it's like, in terms of, because I'm a person, I know you see me around Swave a lot. I always tell my friends, like, if you invite me somewhere musical, remember, we're musical brothers. I'm not here because I'm trying to promote myself. Right. I'm here to support you. Right. So in terms of clout, there's many opportunities that presented itself where I could have taken advantage of it, but I'm not a cult person, I'm a humble person. Right. This is actually new to me. If you know what I'm saying, I'm a quiet person, a humble person who just show love and want everyone around me to be successful, and I always push my friends. That's one thing my friends can tell you about them, you know. I always pushing people to do great, you know, because it's just a different energy when everyone is on the same type of time, you know what I mean? So in terms of clout, we don't look for clout over here. Right. I like that. If it was clout, would have been on already, but we're not talking about that. You feel me? No clout chasing over here. You know, we keep it real. You know, we show people. Look at my posts. I only post anything positive about my music and positive stuff. You know, people motivating each other. You know what I mean? Like, I don't keen for clout. You know what I mean? Right. So when it comes to your music, did you start? I see, like you said, you motivate your friends a lot. Yeah. Did you guys start together with the music journey, or is it everyone had their separate things? It actually was a dream started up by myself, where I just told myself I was gonna do this for real. You know what I mean? And my first song was Strategy. That's the funny thing about it. Sila. Alright, my first song was Strategy. It was like, at that time, Vibes Cartel, which is, the king of dance, Gaza. No, right? You be like, let me shout him out. Yeah, big up Vibes Cartel every time, you know what I mean? But and that's one too, been consistent. Like, exactly. For like in jail, consistent. But go ahead. Yeah. He was very prominent he started to be very prominent in Uptown, and I started to par. I was Uptown. That's where I was at the studio. All of that.
Right.
So it's like I came up with a strategy where, you know, like in America they would say, oh, the hood, we would call it the ghetto. Dancehall is more originated, and more people are how you would say this, more people get on from coming from a ghetto background. You feel me? Dancehall music is more appreciated through that.
Because the struggle's more appreciated.
Exactly, you feel me? So what I did was I made Uptown girls appreciate dancehall, where I just switched it up like, yeah, you can go on but it's even Uptown, you feel me? And it worked for me. Like I got a lot of high school shows from it, a lot of connections. My song was playing on #1 radio in Jamaica. You know, I was doing shows. I was in the streets with a lot of artists, you know, learning, you know, expanding and just building my links and my content. And,
right.
You know, the experience brought me here today, you know.
Right.
That's
I'm appreciative for it.
Yeah.
Who are your influences? Because I know you may have influences back home.
Yeah.
You know, so you have your reggae dancehall influences, but then you also have American influences, right?
Yeah.
So who are the influences? Let's break it down.
Alright, so basically growing up, I Don't Know was my artist still. Isn't me? Growing up, I used to listen to a lot of I Don't Know, you know. You know, you have Vibes Cartel, Popcorn, you know what I mean? You also have one of my friends too. He's one of my musical brothers. He has his movement, Bad Breed, Proper Fade. He inspired me a lot too, but we're the same age group, and that's to show you, like, I don't care about certain stuff. If my friend is the same age group as me and he's inspiring me, nothing is wrong with that.
Right.
You know
We're making that connection.
Exactly. It's just a real connection, you know. Like, it's like saying, like, oh, I wouldn't be afraid to let someone know that, okay, yo, John put me onto this.
Right.
But
why is that?
I don't know why no man is an island, you feel me? It's not even so deep. It's like there's someone is always there to help you to the next
I think
level.
people just don't like to give credit when it's
That's
due.
true.
You know?
For me, I don't care about credit. If you know what I'm saying, honestly, you know, I just do it. You know, I don't care if you see it. I'm a person, I do it, and you don't see it, and you just know it's done.
Right.
And you go wonder, like, who did that? Yeah,
Right.
You feel me? Like, I don't care too much about credit, you know?
Right.
You know,
So what
it's
about
just spreading love.
Oh, yeah, exactly. Hey, I'm gonna say that now. Instead of credit, it's love. I like that. What about your American influencers? Like, who do you listen to out here?
Well, you know.
Well, since you've been here.
Well, a lot of my American influences, but not like Young Thug G still. Young Thug, you feel me? I listen to him, you know. He also helped me musically, where I started, you know, try to
Be creative.
You know, different type of feel. You know what I mean? Now I feel, people tell me they feel my music.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
yeah.
So, listening to Young Thug showed me that y'all also have Swave, because Swave is just like me, just trying, you know. And so I know if Swave was injured right now, he'd be here right now too, you feel me? So there's not much to call, but you know what I mean, I listen to Tory Lanez too, you know what I mean? You know,
I asked that because, you know, the people that you listen to also have that, like, you get a little niche from them. You know what I'm saying? So like you said with Young Thug, that brings out that creative side. Or, you know, even like you said, like Popcorn and stuff like that. Like, you probably got, you know, like that a little bit of creativity from that, or your little jazz swag or whatever. So that's why I was asking, you know, who your influencers were. If you had people around, like you said, you're always putting people on. I do this every show. Like, you know, people that surround you, or that's in your environment. Who would you like to put on? Like, you know, like people that you see that's up and coming, or people that you know that's doing their thing in your field, but still don't have that platform that you have. Who would you be like, yo, that nigga's gonna be on in the next year? This producer, this engineer, like that. Just shout them out.
Alright. This is shout out. Alright, obviously I don't know. Big up to Mad Q. You know what I mean? He's here in the building too. That's my producer right there. You also have Romy, Unique Kid. He's in Jamaica. Shout out to Unique too as the producer. I don't really work with a lot of producers, but shout out to everybody doing thing. You know, some can't call every name. Right. Bless up, keep doing your own thing. You know,
he's selective, y'all. He's selective.
And artists you don't know, big up Swave, Skrilla Locaine, Proper Fade. You know what I mean? Shock. Who else did it? RR, Flames, Flosser, Culture, you know what I mean, the whole works, you know what I mean. There's a lot.
I
Rockstar
agree.
Episode, you know, because right now we're building, you're gonna see us, man.
And you be like, we building what, exclusives? Are we dropping exclusives right now?
As Popcorn would I say, we're outside. Somehow we're outside, you know.
No, seriously, I like to like provide that, you know, just a quick moment because we don't, like you just said, like we don't give credit, we don't show love on the regular.
That's
you know what I'm saying? Like
true.
if somebody asks, that's when we just give it out. But I like to make it like so fluent that you know what I'm saying? Like just give them some love, shout them out and stuff. So I really appreciate you doing that. I had a game, but no, I told you my game involves shots. So we're not gonna. I told you guys this is my first episode back. You know, it was a long 9 months. That was a bid right there. It was a long 9 months. So, but the next time that you come on, we're gonna definitely play that game.
Yeah,
so I like to give tips. You know, if you watch Let's Talk About It podcast, we give tips to the entrepreneurs. You know, business owners, in your sense of artists.
Yeah, that's.
What tip would you give someone that's in your shoes or trying to be in your shoes?
Alright, the tip I would give them is like the main objective is always to stay focused. You know what I mean? Because remember, you know, like the further up the ladder, and I was just saying this in the car, the further up the ladder, the more problems, the more distractions. You know what I mean? For me, basically, you got to stay dedicated to us. You got to remain humble. You got to show love and not give credit, but you know what I mean? Show appreciation where it's due. Because I don't really like the word credit. You know what I mean? Never look for credit. You know what I mean? If you know what I mean, like in times like it's gonna be rough times also too. You know what I mean? So that's why I said stay focused. That's the main objective. You know, you gotta stay focused. You know what I mean? Always set small achievements, big achievements. You know what I mean? Look at yourself like, because you can't jump to the big before the small. So how I look at it, I set my goals small, and then I know I have the big goals. So by me accomplishing the smalls, I move on to the big. You move into the big, right? Exactly. You feel me? Right. And it's just levels. Always remain humble. You know what I mean?
I like.
Believe in what you're doing. You know what I mean? The mind is more powerful than. I'm gonna give you all homework.
No, really, like do your homework.
You know that one?
Well, your mind is bigger than what?
No, your mind is more powerful than what? What's the most powerful thing? What you think?
I always say my mind is the most powerful.
All right, exactly.
So that's what I say. So that it's bigger than what?
All right, y'all don't gotta do homework, no.
I was to say, I always think I was taught that since I was young. Like, so I was just actually having a conversation with my friends yesterday. I told you I did another podcast. That one's keeping it social. This one is Let's Talk About It podcast, and your mental, right, drives everything. That's the driver. So it's like if something bad was to happen today, your mental is the one that's gonna keep you strong.
That's true.
I can either decide to go this way or that way. Yeah. You know what I mean? But so that's why I was just like hammering that in my friend's head yesterday, because especially having a business, especially being passionate about your craft, you have a lot of roadblocks, and you have a lot. You know what I'm saying? And you have a lot of things that may sway you. Yeah. So you have to be strong. Exactly. You know, like you in anything. So but I want you to actually promote some of your things. Like, I know Squeeze, I know Happy that we just played. What are some more things that we have to look forward to?
Alright, so basically I'm about to drop a new single next month called Rise. That's also produced by my producer Mad Q. I was telling you about the single with me and Swave. That's supposed to drop next month too. That's produced by Flames. DJ Mighty is hosting that one, so I know you're gonna be hearing
that one. You know I love him.
Feel me? I also have a female song I'm working on. I just did a collab with a female, Shea Chocolate. I got that working on too.
I like that.
I've actually finished my EP, and we're kind of just picking out album tracks. That's something to look for next year around my birthday in March. So yeah, we got videos coming soon. I'm working. He's working. I actually got a show May 18th. I got a Dexter Dap show. I'll be on Dexter Dap show May 24th in Poughkeepsie. Then I got Miami.
That's dope.
Yeah, I got shows in Miami too.
Listen, go ahead, let it go. Go ahead, keep going.
Yeah, so my friend Q would always get vexed with me and tell me, say, oh, don't give them too much of the ingredients, but I always tell them, say, oh, we can switch it up, you know.
Right. Now that adds the pressure on you to keep it style,
you know. If them copy the style, we'll just build on next time.
No, that's a fact. When you're the creator, you never run out of stuff.
Exactly, you know what I mean.
I love it. I love it.
A lot of stuff coming forward, man. You know.
Give out your social medias where people can hit you up at, and even with your videos. socials,
Yeah,
YouTubes,
I got
everything.
you. Alright, so my Instagram is DONLYDIMEZ. That's DONLYDIMEZ. That's also for my Twitter and my SoundCloud. Again, DONLYDIMEZ. I also have my Vivo channel. It's called DONLY DIMEZ Vivo, which is DONLYDIMEZ DONLY DIMEZ Vivo. And if you really want to know about DONLY DIMEZ, that's from way back, like Naja said, 2010.
Okay.
You're gonna go to my YouTube channel, which is Dimes Wilson, which is DIMEZ Wilson, WILSON. You know what I mean? And for the Snapchat, nah.
He said it's Snapchat.
But no, I don't really use Snapchat.
You don't really use it? Okay, I think they got more than enough information on for every platform at that. Like, I really do appreciate you coming out. You know, we know you in pain. But I really, really appreciate you coming out. That really shows a lot to me, you know, as another creator. That shows a lot for you to actually coming out on my first episode back.
So you wasn't going to tell me about the show? Or you was...
What show? Come on, stop with
July?
No, come on. You're not doing that one.
They're not going on.
Come on, you giving away stuff.
July, me and Naja got a song coming.
All right. You giving away stuff. That's after the show.
All right, I'm sorry.
But I really do appreciate you coming on. Like I said, that shows a lot of dedication, and I really, really do appreciate that. Your tips, you know, even the story, the breakdown, everything. I really love it all. Like, this is what this platform is about. I want people to know the story behind the artist. Like you said, it's more to just being, you know, on stage. Like, I want to know the story behind it. So, again, even though he gave away a little bit, stay tuned for more that we have to offer. Okay, this is the first episode back on Let's Talk About It podcast.
No, man. I want to say, thank you for the opportunity. I'm really appreciative, and you know, look out for the song with Dimes and Naja.
Stay tuned and stay updated on Naja Imani for Let's Talk About It podcast.
Oh, that disease and info. Give me head cause you don't know the thing go. We go 5 round, not a single. Make the thing so anyway.